Hi all, in Melbourne, Australia, spring has sprung. Just wanted to do a similar presentation to what we did a few weeks ago and talk brushes and water dispersal. Today we're hooked up to a Quattro. So if you're unaware, the Quattro's been in Australia for about 14 years, a true testament of time. Some of the water conditions, scenarios, the running costs, reliability that we've got these systems running in here in Australia and globally is truly a test of time. New for 2020, if you're unaware, is the Trion, which has entered the Australian market by storm, and the big brother to the Quattro is the X5. So it is a twin parallel, also powered RO system with similar running costs and performance to the other Quattro and Trion. Let's talk brushes and poles. So first up we have a mini pole. We have a residential 12-inch black monofilament brush. We can also put a flag brush on the mini pole, hooked up to Euro thread. We have a couple of MoFlow adapters, which is customization to what we've done here down under. So fantastic pool balustrade, glass balustrade. If you're on ropes, water-fed pole, a fantastic little pole that everyone should have in their toolbox. We'll talk about the Hydropoles now. So the Hydra's come up with different head arrangements in relation to attachment of brushes. So we have a grafter Euro thread on this particular brush. So it is a 14-inch flag blocked brush, blue in colour. Fantastic with Lucabond, Colorbond glass. It is a softer brush, cladding. But will carry different tasks and different genres. Hooked up to twin pencil jets. I'd just like to show you the water flow coming out of this particular brush. So twin pencil jets powered by the Quattro. A 270mm high-low brush. So the design of the brush is fantastic with window sills and ledges. Can be set up with twin pencils. We've got here customization with a couple more MoFlows sitting above the top of that brush. So ergonomics in regards to if you're also doing curtain walls, you're able to stand back and the design of the brush and the sweep of the brush, you can sweep that whole sheet of glass with one action from top to bottom. So once again, back to grafter Euro thread, customization with the MoFlow adapters. So the next Hydropole here we have is a Vertigo Head arrangement with a standard head. Like the similar brush we talked about before with the twin pencil jets, the Vertigo Head arrangement with the standard head, if you're unaware, has all internal plumbing. So we have a central rinse bar. On this rinse bar we have two fan jets, and you can see the water flow is quite substantial. Having an internal rinse bar arrangement, when we put that brush on glass, we're able to capture all that water and reduce the overhead splashing. So when we're doing finite work, and when that's really critical in relation to splashing, an overhead rinse bar is something definitely worth considering. So that's a standard head with, once again, a 14-inch flag block brush on a Hydropole. So similar from the previous model, this particular brush, once again 14-inch. All these brushes come in 14 and 18-inch sizes. So this is a black monofilament brush. Internal rinse bar again. Instead of the two fans on this standard Vertigo head on this Hydra, we have 10 pencil jets. So quite a substantial amount of water coming out of that brush. When we put that brush on the glass, we can see that all that water is captured. Having a non-split monofilament brush, ideally suited for glass, it's not going to capture the dirt within the filaments compared to the flock flagged, softer blue brushes. Let's have a look at the water flow coming out the Quattro. So quite substantial, fantastic rinse, and all captured in that internal rinse bar arrangement. So the next two configurations are custom to us here in Australia. So we've set up swivel pads. So these swivel pad arrangements have the MoFlows sitting above the pad holders themselves. There's two sizes. There's a 400mm and a 250mm. Different pads to suit different applications. On this 250mm, this pad's quite aggressive. So if you needed to carry out some serious initial cleans and you're using Scotch-Brite or another abrasive pad of that nature, we have a couple of pads that would probably suit that different application. MoFlow adapter sitting over the top, quite substantial. The pad assemblies themselves are swivel, or they can be locked out. They are adapted back to Euro grafter thread. And ideally suited a pad assembly for a Lucabon, cleaning large glass curtain walls, and even in the solar panel cleaning industry. The last couple of brushes to talk about, once again custom setup, Onyx black double trim 14-inch brush. We have a swivel arrangement which can adapt back to Euro thread. So the swivel arrangement will allow you to connect any brush that might suit you. A couple of MoFlows sitting above it, two spray jets. The last pole we have is the Swift arrangement. So once again a Hydropole. So quite an array of combinations and choices within the Hydro range. So that Swift arrangement is ideally suited to the larger poles, the 65s and 80s. So that's going to give you maximum rigidity at that 18.5 or 24 metre height. And different configurations in relation to water dispersal that we can set up on those. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation and got a bit from it. Powered by the Quattro today. Any more information about any of these systems, the brushes, the pads, the water dispersal, let's get your running costs at an optimal, keep you working longer, faster and more economical. onyxsystems.com.au. Stay safe.